We're seeing slightly cooler temps today thanks to the cloud cover from the monsoon flow, but for most of July, it's been July fry.
And that hot weather is not only making it tough on us, it's also putting a lot of stress on the plants around our homes. Meteorologist Sean Stiles shares with us the things you can do to help your landscape survive in this Earth 8 report.
July now looks to be the hottest month ever on the planet. And here in San Diego, July fry was cooking plants. So we went to Walter Anderson to talk to an expert how to protect your landscape investment.
Waiting until plants are begging for water is a problem. Don't wait for them to be wilting and drought stressed.
David Ross is the senior manager at Walter Andersons Nursery in Poway.
We had the greatest winter that I ever remember, and the plants were thriving on all of that clean water that they got. But it's been months since we've had some real rain.
Combine that with the heat waves we've been seeing, and landscapes are taking a beating. Ross says if you're using drip irrigation, it's probably not enough.
So when you are watering with a drip system, you have to figure whatever size basin you're trying to fill, the drippers have to be on long enough to maybe water a 2 or 3 foot diameter circle down a foot.
Watering ahead will help your plants beat the heat.
If you soak them well, most plants that are established, that have been in the ground for more than 2 summers, will only need to be watered once or 1.5 times per week.
Of course, if a plant is showing signs of stress or wilting, water it. But Ross has a time of day he prefers to water.
I like to water early in the morning so things dry out during the day. Other people prefer to water overnight, and that can encourage mildew and fungus because the foliage stays wet all night.
Water is expensive here in San Diego, so here are 3 tips to save.
This is the biggest thing, the most important thing you can do to reduce water use and make your plants healthy and successful. Buying a bag of wood chips.
Mulch can reduce the amount of water needed by 50%, and when it breaks down, it adds nutrients to the soil. Here are some other signs your plants are suffering.
Sago palms are very direct in telling you they aren't getting enough water or they're getting too much sun. And it starts here with the portion of the leaf that is getting the most intense sun starts to turn yellow, and then it'll turn brown after it's prolonged drought stress.
For lawns, it's all about how you water.
Bermuda can get away with 1 good deep watering per week. Tall fescues should only need 2 good waterings per week.
But if water is running off your lawn, try using a penetrant that will relieve surface tension.
And water that in, and that'll open up the soil so the water will go down deeper so you aren't constantly watering.
And for those that have a potted garden, your plants could be made in the shade.
Shade cloth. This is not the frost cloth for winter, but it's shade cloth. And if you just drape this across your plants, this is 50% shade, it's going to reduce the amount of sun exposure, which is going to reduce the stress on the plants and the amount of water they're going to use, which does make a huge difference. And sun plants will take 50% shade, and shade plants will take 50% sun.
One of the tips I like the best from Ross is pay attention to what your garden looks like when it's healthy. So when it does start to stress, you can take the steps to prevent damage. Sean Stiles, Earth 8.